Hi, I'm Jeff McElroy. I just want to talk to you about a few tips to enjoying the outdoors and being safe out there this winter. First thing I want to do is talk about clothing and the appropriate approach for layering for the outdoors. Overall, it's probably a good approach to stay away from cotton. Cotton is just not a good fabric to have out there in the wintertime. It retains moisture, it absorbs moisture, and it does not dry well. So here I have a kind of a polyester long sleeve shirt. Great for the wintertime. As an alternative, you can wear a wool blend as well. This is a wool option that I do have. In addition to that, even your underwear. I mean, I know obviously all of us have the cotton undergarments, but you want to try to wear something that's a spandex or even a polyester blend. Some of the things people don't think about is your socks. So you want to have some sort of a base layer for your socks as well. Gloves, you want to make sure you have some sort of a base layer glove. The next thing we're going to talk about is your mid layer. So base layer is moisture management. This is really going to be your warmth. This is what's going to keep your body warm, and this is probably what you're going to spend the most time changing in and out of. Fleece is a great mid layer. It's always a very, very light as well as warm fabric to wear. Again, those wool blends work really well for that as well. One of the best fabrics you can have is down. So this is a packable down coat, weighs almost nothing, but again, pound for pound, this is going to probably have the most thermogenic properties that you can get in a fabric. So we talked a little bit about your base layer sock. If it's really cold out, we'll say less than 20 degrees, you want to wear a really, really thick wool sock on top of that. Now we're going to talk about your outer layer or your shell layer. This is really, the purpose of this layer is really to repel any moisture and keep you safe from any of the wind that might be coming in. In this layer, really, you're going to have things like snow pants. So this is an example of a soft shell snow pant, just a regular rain shell or rain pant like this guy here. I have a couple of different options here for shell jackets. So this is a soft shell jacket. Then underneath, this is actually just a simple rain jacket. One of the most important things is you want to make sure that either one of these, whatever option you choose, has some sort of a hood. When you do first start off, you might want to have two different hat options. So your base layer hat, this is going to be more of a thinner polyester wicking material, and then you're going to have an outer hat that's going to be more of a wool or a fleece type hat. So this is really, again, where your warmth comes in. If you aren't using a snow pant and you are going to be hiking or we'll say snowshoeing in snow, you do want to use the gaiters over your pants. Whatever pant option you're using, this is going to be completely waterproof as well as wind resistant as well. So that keeps the moisture out of your boots and also out of off the bottom of your pants. The last thing I want to talk about in terms of clothing is going to be your gloves. So we talked about that liner glove. Liner gloves, obviously you're going to manage your moisture, and they're thinner, so you have some dexterity with those liner gloves, but what they are not is very warm. So you want to make sure you add some warmth to your glove layers. So this is a waterproof glove, very, very warm, but nothing is going to be warmer than a mitten. So mittens are pretty much your best option on a very, very cold day. Wanted to move on to the equipment portion really quick. So just some basic equipment, we'll say emergency type equipment if you do need it. One of the essentials is you should have a map of the area that you're going to. So this is a waterproof map case, as well as a compass in here as well, and some basic knowledge of how to use it. Want to have some sort of a headlamp or a flashlight or something like that with some extra batteries. This is an emergency blanket option. So this is a Mylar material. You can put this right in your pocket, obviously really, really small and light. You can unroll this, and it has basically reflective properties, so it reflects your body heat back on you. This is just a metal cup with some fire starting material in here. If you get in a jam, let's say something happens, you break your leg, you end up getting turned around, and if you have the ability to start a fire, that could be life or death. Water is obviously really important. You got to stay hydrated. You have a higher probability of hypothermia if you do get dehydrated. So again, you want to continue as you perspirate to continue to drink that water. You want to make sure you have some high energy snacks. This is a few of my favorite lined out here. A whistle in case you need to alert somebody if you do get lost. You do have a multi-tool here. In case you need to make a repair, cut some branches or something like that. In the wintertime, sunglasses are also really, really important. I know it's hard to think about that in central New York, but there's a situation you could find yourself in called snow blindness. This is going to protect your eyes from the reflection off of the snow on a bright day. You want to have some sort of a repair type kit. And that could be something as simple as a few zip ties, a couple of other cables that you can tie things up with, and then the most important thing, duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything. This is just a simple credit card with some duct tape wrapped around it. A simple first aid kit. So some semblance of a first aid kit. It's always nice to have some hand warmers in there too. So last thing we're going to talk about is we're just going to talk about some footwear options as well as traction control and what to wear on your feet when you're out there. This is a waterproof boot. There's also some level of insulation in here. And these particular boots actually have that Mylar coating on the inside of them. These are going to reflect your body heat back into your foot, keep your feet a little bit warmer. Other items to use, and these you can actually throw right in your pack. This is called a crampon or micro spikes. And this, I like to call these almost like the tire chain for your boots. So essentially you put them right on your boot, and it acts as that, almost like that cleat. It's going to dig into the ice and the snow. So any of that crunchy snow or those ice type terrain, again, a bare rock face, you're going to want something like this so you're not slipping all around. If it is going to be deep snow, there's a probability, or even a small probability of deeper snow, you're probably going to want some type of a snowshoe. And these are actually really good going up, this particular snowshoe, because it has a crampon on there. So in summary, always make sure you're telling somebody where you're going. Always make sure you're dressing in layers, avoiding cotton at all costs. So you want to make sure you have your base layer, your mid layer for warmth, as well as that shell outer layer to keep the elements off of you. And overall, just have fun and be safe out there.